Hello students, let us discuss organic compounds containing oxygen atom. Now organic compounds, on the basis of that, organic compounds can be categorized into two. First, in which oxygen is singly bonded to carbon, and the other situation wherein oxygen is double bonded to carbon. Now alcohols alcohols are group of compounds which have a functional group of OH. They have OH functional group, and this OH is bonded to an sp3 hybridized carbon. Okay, so in that situation, the carbon and oxygen bond is single bond. Okay, and this carbon is known as alpha carbon. Okay, the alpha carbon is singly bonded to oxygen and is further bonded to 3 hydrogen atoms in case of methanol. But when these hydrogens are replaced by other alkyl or aryl groups, further derivatives can be obtained. Now, what are enols and phenols? Enol and phenol also have OH group. Okay, but the OH group is bonded to alpha carbon, which is sp2 hybridized. Okay, similarly in phenols also. This makes the entire different property of phenols from alcohols. Okay, now similarly ethers, oxygen is covalently bonded to two different alkyl or aryl groups. These groups can be same or different. Okay, if they are same, they are called symmetrical ethers. This R and R dash, if they are same, they are called symmetrical ethers, and if it is different, then they are known as unsymmetrical ethers. Okay, now compounds containing carbon oxygen double bond. Okay, see, aldehydes have carbon oxygen double bond. When this carbon oxygen double bond has one hydrogen attached to carbon atom, when it has one hydrogen atom attached to carbon, then it is known as aldehyde. And this R can be R or AR, means R can be alkyl, AR in place of alkyl you can have aromatic groups also. Okay, now how ketones are different from aldehydes? See, in aldehydes hydrogen was attached to this carbon. Okay, now in place of hydrogen, if you put some alkyl or aryl group, then it becomes a ketone. Okay, then how it is different from carboxylic acids? Acha, remember this thing, both aldehydes and ketones are known as carbonyl compounds because of this carbonyl group. CO group is known as carbonyl group. Now carboxylic acids, if the CO bond, the carbon of CO or C double bond O, this is carbonyl group, is attached to OH, okay, then it is known as carboxylic acid. The bond will be C double bond O, OH. Okay, this, because of OH group, carboxylic acids show different behavior from carbonyl compounds. It is because the lone pair on oxygen is in conjugation, okay, with the CO group. Similarly, esters, if the H atom of this H is replaced by R dash group, R dash is alkyl, aryl or any other group but not hydrogen, then it is known as esters. Esters are group of compounds. They have a very characteristic smell or fragrance. They are used as artificial flavors. Okay, now again, because this lone pair is in conjugation with the C double bond O, the properties will be different from carbonyl compounds. Acid chlorides, the carbon oxygen double bond, that is the carbonyl group, the carbon of carbonyl group is attached to halogen. Here it is chlorine, it can be attached to bromine, it can be attached to iodine, but in majority of the organic compounds you will find this group. Okay, again this resonance can take place. Okay, now amide, if this Cl is replaced by NH2 group, then it is known as amide. The CO group is carbonyl group and is bonded to amino group. Now, what do you mean by acid anhydrides? See, uh, suppose 2 moles of carboxylic acids are there. Okay, and they are heated. When they will be heated or dehydrated, this water molecule will go out, and what is left? RC double bond O, RC double bond O, this oxygen over here, and C double bond O R. Such compounds are called acid anhydrides. Anhydride meaning what? Anhydrous word refers to less amount of water or no water. Okay. Now, because of this carbon oxygen double bond in aldehydes and ketone, there is a characteristic nucleophilic addition reaction taking place. Okay, we will be discussing it in the next part of the chapter. Okay. Okay, now let us discuss addition reactions. As we all know, addition reactions are characteristic reactions of multiple bonds, double bond and triple bond. Okay. Now, double bond and triple bond can exist between carbon carbon and carbon carbon, okay, and carbon with other heteroatoms. Okay. Inorganic compounds, we are talking about organic compounds only. Now, carbon carbon double bond and carbon carbon triple bond, they are non-polar bonds. Non-polar, because there is no difference of electronegativity, because there is no difference of electronegativity between the two carbon atoms. Okay, whereas the carbon oxygen double bond and carbon nitrogen triple bond, they are polar in nature. Polar in nature. Okay, polar bonds are, because carbon oxygen is carbon and oxygen, there is huge difference of electronegativity. Similarly, carbon and nitrogen, this pi bond will move to oxygen. Okay, in that situation, oxygen will bear negative charge, whereas carbon will bear positive charge. Okay, this makes the compound polar. Similarly, in case of carbon nitrogen, nitrogen being more electronegative, pull the pi bonds and it will become negative, and carbon will bear positive charge. So, in non-polar multiple bonds, electrophilic addition reaction takes place. What do you mean by electrophilic addition reaction? The name is because in the first step, electrophiles gets added to the compound. Okay. Now, after that, nucleophiles come. Okay. So after first step, since electrophiles are being added, that's why the reaction is known as electrophilic addition reaction. Whereas in case of nucleophilic addition reaction, nucleophiles are first added, followed by the addition of electrophiles. Since nucleophiles are coming, therefore nucleophilic addition reaction. Okay. For example, in ethene, if you add HCl, okay, HCl, so I can write H plus and Cl minus. Okay, the first H plus is added, it forms what? Carbocation, CH3, CH2 plus, and then nucleophile Cl minus is being added. Okay, so this makes CH3, CH2, Cl. Okay, this is electrophilic addition reaction. Now, let us take an example of nucleophilic addition. In nucleophilic addition, suppose we have this compound, let it be methanol here. Okay, in the first step, suppose we are adding HCN. Okay, the HCN, H plus is being added to. In HCN, we can write Cn minus. Cn minus attacks the carbonyl carbon and the pi bond goes over oxygen, forming O minus. Now, after this, H plus will attack, forming this compound, addition product. Okay. Addition products, the short form of addition product is adduct. Okay. We say the compound formed as adduct, ADDUCT, addition product. Short form of that is known as adduct. Okay. Now let us discuss nucleophilic addition reaction. As we all know, nucleophilic addition reaction takes place in multiple bonds wherein the two atoms are of different electronegativities. Now let us take the carbon-oxygen double bond. The carbon-oxygen double bond in carbonyl compounds, that is aldehydes and ketones, is polar in nature. Why? Because of difference of electronegativity between the two atoms, carbon and oxygen. This pi bond can be shifted, means because of polarity of more electronegativity of oxygen, this pi bond will be shifted to oxygen, forming this resonating structure. Okay, from this structure it is clear that this carbon is electron deficient. This carbon is electron deficient. Hence, the carbonyl carbon is known as electrophilic center. It means it is lacking some electron, that is, it is electron deficient. Electrophilic, it means it have desire to have electrons. Okay. Now, similarly, the oxygen is electron rich, so it needs positive charge. Hence, it is nucleophilic center. So it was once asked in exam that identify the electrophilic center and the nucleophilic center in a carbonyl compound. Okay, so in this way you have to show. Now, the aldehyde and ketone, we can draw the resonating structure of aldehyde like this. Okay, RCHO, this is an aldehyde. Now, the pi bond, like in the above case, the pi bond will be shifted to oxygen because oxygen being highly electronegative. So we can draw this structure. From this structure, it is clear that the carbon has positive charge and the oxygen is having negative charge. Now, similarly in ketones, the resonating structure can be drawn like this. Okay, the pi bond goes to oxygen, forming positive charge on carbon and negative charge on oxygen. Now, see which out of aldehydes and ketones, the one in which the carbonyl carbon is more electron deficient or is more electrophilic will undergo nucleophilic reaction faster. It means the nucleophile, if it is approaching, if you have two compounds, aldehydes and ketones, and the nucleophile is approaching the two, the one in which the carbonyl carbon has more positive charge will attract the nucleophile faster. That is, that compound will undergo faster nucleophilic addition. Okay. So see, we can see this is from this part, there is a hydrogen atom attached to carbon in case of aldehyde, whereas in case of ketones there is alkyl group. Okay. From this, it is clear that this nucleophile can easily attack this carbon because of less steric hindrance. We use the term steric hindrance. Steric hindrance. What is the steric hindrance? The electron cloud of hydrogen means when the electron cloud of an atom repels the electron cloud of other. In this case, hydrogen is the simplest atom. It has only one electron. Okay, this nearly poses no steric hindrance. Okay, no steric hindrance to nucleophile. Okay, moreover, no steric hindrance. Okay. Now, in case of ketones, there is high steric hindrance. It means hindrance is more. So, the nucleophile has less tendency to attack the carbonyl carbon. Okay, it has less tendency to attack carbonyl carbon. Okay, so we from this steric hindrance point of view, we can easily say that aldehydes are more reactive than ketones. One more thing is there, the carbonyl carbon in aldehydes and ketones will receive electron from the alkyl groups. Since aldehydes have only one alkyl group, the electron donation is less. Whereas in case of ketones, there are two alkyl groups. They are donating electrons to the carbonyl carbon. The positive charge will go off. Okay, the positive charge will be less. That is, this carbon is less electrophilic, less electron deficient. So the nucleophile will not be that much attracted as in case of aldehydes. Okay, in simpler words, in aldehydes there is only one electron donating group. This is electron donating group, plus I effect. Only one plus I effect from one electron donating group. In ketones, you have two plus I groups. Okay, so because of less steric hindrance and less plus I effect, aldehydes are more reactive. Let us go for the comparative comparison between various carbonyl compounds. We have methanol, any other aldehyde. We have benzaldehyde. We have ketone. Okay. Now, since on the basis of two parts, plus I effect and steric hindrance, in methanol, which is the simplest aldehyde, since hydrogen atom cannot show plus I effect, okay, so no electron donation, and it provides least steric hindrance to the nucleophiles, so methanol will be most reactive. Now what about aldehyde? Aldehydes have plus I effect, okay, and steric hindrance. So any other aldehyde is less reactive than methanol. Now what about aromatic aldehydes? See, we have seen that if the carbonyl carbon has less positive charge, then it will not react with the nucleophile, okay, or it will have less tendency to react with the nucleophile. Okay, since aromatic aldehydes there can be minus R effect. See, in benzaldehyde the minus R effect takes place. There is no positive charge development over the carbonyl carbon. See, you can easily visualize this one from the two resonating structures. This carbonyl carbon is not getting any positive charge, so nucleophilic addition will not take place. on that scale. Okay, the tendency to undergo nucleophilic addition reaction will be much lower in comparison to aliphatic aldehydes. Now, what about ketones? Ketones are least reactive in comparison to all other aldehydes because of bulkier alkyl groups that provide high steric hindrance and plus R effect of alkyl groups. Okay, so the order becomes most reactive is methanol. Okay, suppose this is ethanol, methanol